Hi, I'm Deanna Sittner, and thanks for checking out my ePortfolio. I'm going to take you on a quick walkthrough, and I'm going to highlight a few things as I go along. So I'm going to start out with my candidate information. Just a quick introduction. I have been teaching for 22 years. I've taught 5th, 1st, 2nd, back to 5th, and am now currently teaching K through 5 as a technology teacher. I graduated from Kansas State University with a degree in elementary education and am, of course, currently working on finishing my master's in instructional technology. So my exploration stage, as well as my goals and really my technology philosophy as well, all kind of relate to how I got into this program and why I got into it. And that was mainly because I became interested in working with technology. I wrote a grant that allowed me to get 64 computers, Chromebooks for my 5th grade students in my school. And I really just wanted to become adept at finding and using programs just to help me get the best use of the different technology with my students. In doing that, about a year in, I really found that I wanted to just mainly focus on working with the technology. So I decided that I wanted to pursue that as my goal. And when a spot opened up for a second technology teacher in my building, I was able to step into that role. So that has helped me realize both my goal of working with different programs and helping students learn, and then also ultimately to teach technology. I'm going to skip down to my activity evidence and take a look real quickly at my professional development plan. This was by far the most difficult portion of doing this ePortfolio for me, mainly because it's not something I had done before. My school really didn't have anything in place, and so this was kind of a new experience. At the same time, though, it became something that I really enjoyed and was rather proud of by the time I was finished. Mainly because I realized it's something that I think we will be able to use in my school. I chose 3 different areas for training for staff, one being on working with Google Classroom, the other on working and training teachers to work with students with different assistive technology, and lastly to work with Google programs, as we are a Google school, so we have a lot of those programs available to us, so to help staff just really become more adept at working with those things. This is something that I think we'll be able to put in place. I've talked to my administrator, so I think this is something that I'll actually be able to not just have done as a practice, but be able to utilize in real life. My next section with training videos, I have 3 different training videos. The first is working with a group of 5th grade students, teaching them a unit that I created over digital citizenship. This I will also kind of highlight a bit in my resource area. So I'll move on. The second training I did was with a group of teachers that wanted to use a couple of different programs with their students. And last, I worked with a group of 4th grade students, teaching them how to use Google Keep to take notes for a project that they were doing for class. I have 4 different professional presentations. The first 3 all relate to helping staff, teaching them different things, either about strategies, interactive tools, just things that they should be aware of with FERPA. And then also my last one is an assignment for students that I put in place at the beginning of the year just to get them excited about using tech in the classroom. My article summaries, I was able to find articles that tied in well with my professional development plan, so these really helped me in creating my plan. The first article was regarding using professional learning community or PLC time to check out different types of technology and use that in the classroom, and how to kind of sort through that and use the time effectively. The second article was information on using Google Classroom in a school, so this really related to something I also wanted to work with and trainings for my teachers. And then lastly, the third article that I had was on using assistive technology, since this was another area I wanted to focus on, as we have quite a few kids in our school that use different types of assistive technology. And I also notice often that teachers are not familiar with it, or rather scared of it, and it doesn't always get utilized to the best of its ability. So this was another area I wanted to focus on. Probably the area I'm most proud of overall in my site would be my extra resources. I think just because this really is a culmination of a lot of work, a lot of different projects, a lot of things that show me I've really grown as far as knowing nothing about technology to being able to navigate and use a lot of the different programs. The first section is on digital citizenship. This is the unit that I created. This unit is 7 different topics that allow students to go through, use resources to check out different information on digital citizenship, such as privacy, safety, cyberbullying, so on. They then take that information and are using it to create a slide presentation, which they will then use to help them master that information by teaching that to their parents. The next section that I have is all related to things that I use for staff or colleagues. The third section relates to things that I use in the classroom, different resources that I might use with students. And the fourth section is a group of blog sites that my students created in 5th grade as I was teaching them to use Google Sites. So this is kind of a quick run through of my ePortfolio, and I thank you for checking it out.